Hi there, it's Dr. David Greene, founder and CEO of R3 Stem Cell, the global leader in regenerative therapies. All right, today we're talking about senescence. Senescence is a scientific word that basically means non-functional. I won't say that it means dead, but it basically means non-functional. You don't want to get a stem cell therapy that has senescent stem cells. And most clinics offer senescent stem cells. Let me explain. Internationally, we're allowed to culture our stem cells, and we do. There are many peer-reviewed studies, along with research in our lab, which has shown that it's absolutely fine to culture stem cells, make copies of them up to a certain point, and then use them for treatment. Meaning that they still look like a mesenchymal stem cell, they have all the surface markers of a proper mesenchymal stem cell, they have the trilineage differentiation, but they don't have the things that occur when you continue to culture past the point of getting senescent. Once you get senescent, you have things like DNA damage, telomeres shorten, you get an increased amount of inflammatory growth factors that are actually harmful to you, so it goes in the opposite direction of being very effective. So we know from all these peer-reviewed journals and statements out of the International Society of Cellular Research, we know exactly how far you can go with the culturing, the expansion of the stem cells to where they're still very effective, but at the same, and they're very safe because we test them extensively, but they're also very affordable. That's the key combo, right? High quality, high safety, and affordability. So that is the mantra that R3 Stem Cell works upon. Most clinics that you are going to get in contact with are not reputable when it comes to having that combination. There are plenty out there. We get people coming to us saying, oh, I had this clinic offer me 300 million stem cells for $3,000 US. I don't know if you realize it or not, but you can't make 300 million stem cells for $3,000 and keep that quality, safety in combination. It's not possible. One of several things is happening there. Either they're not doing the safety testing that they should be, and we abide by the FDA regulations for that. They're using very cheap reagents like bovine serum, which is cow, right? We don't use any animal reagents. We only use what's called GMP reagents, all right? That's the highest quality imaginable. And they're probably culturing at way too many passages, way too many generations. The International Society of Cellular Research has stated years ago, you should not go past the 6th generation, the 6th passage, or else the effectiveness of those stem cells is going to drop off a cliff. They are going to start becoming senescent. So they say, okay, well, for $3,000, you'll get 300 million stem cells. Maybe 10% of those are going to be functional, right? So you're actually only getting 30 million. And that's not going to be enough for most of the conditions that people that's not going to be enough for the vast majority of conditions that people are facing. It might be enough for one joint. I mean, we use 25 million stem cells for one joint. That's what research shows is effective, and that's what we've seen to be effective. So when we say that you're going to get 100, 200, 300 million stem cells, and our viability is going to be in the mid to upper 90s, that's what you're going to get. There's a very high amount of powerful stem cells that are safe and have been tested and that are going to work the vast majority of time very well for what you're dealing with. All right, visit us online today at r3stemcell.com. Give us a call to set up your free consultation at +1 844 GET STEM.